Mighty Slave, welcome to the panel. Are you a Sunni? Are you a Shia, Alawi? What are you?
I'm a traditional Muslim.
What does that mean?
I follow Quran and Sunnah.
Okay, so you're a Sunni.
Whatever you want to call it.
Okay, beautiful. Wait, you wanted to say something? I'll give you the time to say what you needed to say.
Yeah, I was just because I saw your flag there. I don't, I see like the little background and stuff like that, and what comes to my mind is a lot of T groups. But I don't want to get political. We know like the West is behind a lot of the T groups in the Middle East, but we don't need to get political. We can stick to scripture. So you as a Christian, you obviously, I'm assuming you believe in the Trinity. Yes. Okay. And in that, perfect. And in that Trinity, I'm just wondering, like, how many gods are there within the Trinity?
Yeah, I think you know the answer to that, my friend.
Is it 3?
Can you address the prompt? This is true Islam according to the Quran and Sunnah. Do you agree or do you disagree?
No. Here. Well, the prompt says Jesus is God. I was kind of going.
No, that's just that's just a placeholder for a cross. That's just for people to know that I'm a Christian. That's not a prompt. The only prompt I have
was the flesh God?
Do you want to answer the prompt or do you want to go to the comments? Which one?
Oh, so you just want to talk about Islam?
Good. So you want to go to the comments?
No, I'm saying you want to talk Islam only, right? We can talk about Islam.
Yeah, I'm inviting Muslims to come on my panel in order to address them. And really, this is an actual educational live, not just for the sake of TikTok, because I educate Muslims on their religion. So could you address the prompt, please? Is this true Islam according to the Quran and Sunnah? Do you agree or do you disagree?
Well, I don't know the context of that photo. Like, what is that photo referring to?
No problem. These are the 21 Egyptian Christians who were working and living in Libya, providing for their families on their way home to visit their families and to travel back home. They were captured by these Muslims and they were told to convert to Islam. They refused. They were told to pay the jizya. They refused. So these men wearing black took off their heads and they put their heads on their bodies on a beach in Libya. So my claim is that these actions is according to the Quran and Sunnah. If you agree, then we have nothing to talk about. If you disagree, then you would have to show evidence.
Okay. Yeah, it's fake news. They're not following Quran and Sunnah.
Okay, do you have proof that this is forbidden according to the Quran and Sunnah?
Yeah, in Islam, you need to follow a leader. You don't just go implement things based on your own ideology,
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking the actions themselves. I will grant you the fact, for the sake of the argument, even though I could argue that that they have a proper Sharia, but I'm going to grant you for the sake of you I assume you're a Salafi.
What's a Salafi?
Are you a Salafi, bro? You don't know what a Salafi is?
No, what is that?
I mean, you said you're a traditional Muslim.
Yeah.
So you follow the Salaf. You follow the Salaf, right?
Who's the Salaf?
The first 3 generations. Are you follow this? I'm telling you, bro.
I mean, every Muslim follows them.
I'm here to. No, that's not true.
Which Muslims don't follow the first 3 generations?
The Shia.
The Shia reject the first 3 generations?
Yep.
Don't they follow Ali?
Now get back. It was a good attempt at running.
Don't they follow Ali though?
The concept.
I mean,
I'm talking according to the actions of these people. I'm going to grant you the fact that these people are not following a proper Amir al-Mu'mineen, a Khalifa.
They're not.
But let's say there is a Khalifa today. Let's say you guys, something miraculous happens that the 2 billion Muslims find a singular man that is able to lead them. Are these actions under a Khalifa? Are the actions according to the Quran and Sunnah?
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. That's extremism. They wouldn't do that.
Okay, beautiful. So one who does this would be considered a kafir zindiq, right?
Did they allow them to do that, or did they allow them to pay jizya?
That's what I told you. Yep, that's what they say in their video. That's what they say in their statements. They say themselves, you have an option of accepting Islam, paying the tax, or being unalived. And obviously that is backed up. That's why my claim is that
those guys would have accepted it.
Nope.
So you're telling me those guys would have said unalive us?
They rejected it. That's why.
Sounds like fake news. Sounds like fake news.
That's why they took their heads off their bodies.
That sounds like fake news.
All right, beautiful. So do you want to engage? Do you want to engage in whether this is true Islam
If you
whether
were given the
Allah
option,
commands this.
yeah, that's fine. We could do that. Would you, if you were given the option, would you get unalived instead of paying?
That's irrelevant to my question.
Exactly.
My question is very direct.
Exactly.
My question is very direct that you seem to be running for left and right. Now, again, answer the question. Are these actions of inviting someone to Islam, and if they don't accept, you charge them jizya, and if they don't accept, you unalive them? Is this series of events, this law, according to the Quran and Sunnah? This is your time to shine, man.
Yeah, that it all depends. It's not like a simple, clear-cut answer. It depends if these people want to fight you because they're given options. It's kind of like in this country, in America, right? If you are told that you have to pay taxes and you say no, you don't want to pay taxes, there is consequences to you not paying taxes. And imagine they come and try to collect or try to come and give you that consequences and you try to get militant and you try to fight. You think the government's not going to unalive you? How many Americans get unalived by the government when they try to resist police, when they try to resist the law?
Do you pay taxes because you didn't accept Christianity?
No, it's the state. It's the law of the land.
That's not what I asked. Do you pay taxes because you didn't accept Christianity?
That's an irrelevant question.
Yes, it is very relevant. Just answer my question, you'll find out how it's relevant. Do you pay taxes because you didn't accept Christianity?
It's a Christian state. We still have to pay zakat.
That's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking. I asked you 3 times, and I'm going to ask the 4th. Do you pay your taxes today because you didn't accept Christianity?
Again, that question is very relevant because this country is a secular.
You've already realized that
all right, so
your lack of answering is already.
So when you interrupt me, I'm going to speak, and then you're going to interrupt, and then you're going to drop me and mute me, and then you're going to ruin the conversation.
4 times.
Your behavior is going to ruin the conversation.
It's a yes or no question. It really is a true dichotomy.
Okay, can you give me a Muslim country today?
You pay your taxes.
Give me a Muslim country today.
My friend.
Give me a Muslim country.
You brought up taxes, right? Or
give me a Muslim country right now.
My friend.
Yeah, jizya has taxes. You brought it up because jizya has taxes.
Good. That's why I asked you that question 4 times. Because I brought up jizya, and then you compared it to taxes. So we're going to see if this is a true comparison, if this is a true parallel. So I'm going to ask you again for the 5th time. Do you pay taxes because you didn't accept Christianity?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Beautiful. So this is your issue. This is your cowardice, and I'll show you your cowardice. Okay? Because you know that this one singular question absolutely embarrasses you. Because Allah Himself says in the Quran, fight those who do not believe in Allah in the last day, nor comply with what Allah and His Messenger are forbidden, nor embrace the religion of truth from among those who are given the scripture, until they pay the jizya. So that means Allah is commanding the Muslims to fight. I'm not done. Allah is commanding the Muslims to fight the Christians and the Jews if they don't accept Islam. Now, if they pay the tax, then they stop fighting them.
Oh yeah, is this under like a banana republic or under an Islamic state?
That's irrelevant. We can say Islamic State. Doesn't matter.
Wait. What do you mean it's irrelevant? Can you elaborate on that irrelevance?
Yeah, it's irrelevant to the understanding of jizya. I'm proving
jizya can be implemented by anyone.
I'm proving through this.
Can I implement jizya in New York?
Jizya, you're pretty bold for someone who doesn't like to answer questions and is a coward.
No, I'm just saying. No, because now you're stuck and now you're pretending like I'm not answering. You just said it's irrelevant, but you need to elaborate on the irrelevance.
No need to project.
This verse is referring. Okay, now you're projecting and accusing me of projecting.
If
you're not answering my question, I'm asking you. You said it's irrelevant. I said elaborate on the irrelevance.
You're better off staying on mute. Okay?
It doesn't help you, bro, when you try to get on this high horse as if like you're making sense.
Once you muster up some courage to answer a question, then I'll give you the allowance to ask any question you want.
I've answered several questions. How?
Until then, let me finish my statement and get some education. Now, the jizya, I can prove through this verse here, is connected directly to religion. I pay the tax because I didn't believe in Allah in the last day. Hence why I try to put to rest your analogy of a tax in a specific country, whether that be a secular country, theocracy. You brought up the tax, trying to compare it to jizya. But I'm proving to you that the tax is irrelevant because no one pays taxes in the United States because they didn't accept a religion. They pay taxes because they're citizens, because they receive benefits and they pay it equally. There's no discrimination when it comes to tax, right? No one pays an extra tax because they're a Muslim, for example. Therefore, do not bring up taxes. It's irrelevant to the conversation. Now, back to jizya. Jizya in and of itself is directly connected to religion. Do we agree? Yes or no? You're on mute. I hope you haven't been talking in the background, bro.
Yo,
Yeah, jizya is connected.
why'd you mute me, man? That wasn't very nice.
Because you don't know how to answer questions, so you're going to sit and get educated. That's how it works. Why would I give you the allowance of asking questions when you're too coward?
I'm having a conversation. This is an interrogation. We're on TikTok.
But why can't you answer a single question? I'm trying to make a
I've
point.
answered several of your questions.
Why didn't you answer the one question I asked 6 times?
Okay, but like you asked the question in a 5-minute period. Like answer your question simply. Get to it.
I asked it. I'm going to ask it now for a 7th time. Do you pay taxes because you refuse to embrace Christianity?
You don't have to live in the land, bro. I don't have to live here if I don't want to pay taxes. So here in this country, you have to pay taxes, even though this country is a secular state. But it doesn't change the fact that in an Islamic state, you have to pay jizya. And if you don't want to pay jizya, leave. Go live in your Christian country. Why are you living in our country? Get out.
What? Are you retarded, dude? Are you serious? Did you seriously say get out of the country that you and your barbarians invaded? Are you okay? Do you know anything about history?
We
What the hell-
saved those
what the
lands
hell-
from
what
their
the hell do you
barbarianism.
get
We
out of
actually
my-
gave them
It
laws
is not
and
your
stability.
country. You guys
is our
are the
country.
ones that are the invaders.
No,
You're
we're
the
not
ones
invaders.
that stole the country. It's
No, we
not
saved
your
it. We
country.
saved it from paganism
It's
and
not your
polytheism.
country.
We saved it from
It's not your
tyranny and
country.
misguidance.
You Jahil, Ibn Jahil, it's not your country. It's the country you stole. So you get the hell out of the country and you don't come into this country. Now, since again, not only are you ignorant on the Quran, you're ignorant on history. Okay? So again, for the 8th time, I haven't gotten a yes or no question. Do you pay taxes because you didn't accept a specific religion? Yes or no? Answer the damn question, bro.
Yeah. So your response right now was extremely loaded, and then you added like a question in the end, as if you want me to
The
ignore
same
all.
question.
Can
It's the
I?
same question,
Am I
bro.
allowed to speak on this?
Once you answer the question, bro.
No, but I'm
You're
about to
making a fool of
answer it. I
yourself.
already answered it. You just don't want me to. You just don't like my
Was it a
answer
yes
because
or
it triggered
no?
you.
Was it a yes or no? It was a yes or no question.
Yeah, you're comparing a country that is secular to another country that is religious, but both of them implement the same thing, which is taxes. If you don't want to live in a Muslim land because we implement jizya, then bye-bye. Take a boat, take a plane, get out of our country. We don't want you there. But if you want to live in our country and enjoy the benefits of safety, security, and a good economy, and opportunity, and you want to live in our country, and you want us to go and fight wars and defend you, even though you're a kafir, you want us to defend you, we can do that. But you need to pay taxes. You got to pay jizya. If you don't like it, buddy, if you don't like it, then go to a Christian country. Go enjoy. Go live with the homeless. Go.
Beautiful. Mighty, that was really a good response. Now, did you get all these stuff that you just said from that verse?
The voice changed. Like who's talking to me?
Yeah. The voice changed because I wanted things to calm down.
Because I was like, the last guy didn't have an accent. This guy does.
You
Okay, what's your?
were getting excited a little bit, so let's calm down a little bit, right?
No, I
So
said
did you
the last guy
get-
didn't have an accent, but this one did. So I was wondering who was talking. I thought he was playing
Yeah,
games or
that's fine.
something.
That's a different.
I
That's a
realized-
different. Yeah, you got it. You catched it.
Where are you from? And are you Iraqi?
Suri. Can
You're
we?
from
Can we?
Syria. Are you a Syrian Christian?
Suri.
Are you a Syrian Christian? Syrian
Not a
Christian?
Syrian, Suri Christian.
Oh wait, is it Syrian or Suri? Which one is it?
Syrian, but not a Syrian, as Syrian. Syrian
No, but
Christian.
I'm saying like, are you a
I
Syrian? Not like
understand. I understand your question. Assyrian, as in Ashuri.
Like a
No, not
grammar.
Syrian.
No,
That's
not
it.
Assyrian like Ashuri. No. I'm saying like a person, like a Syrian. Like it's like a grammar, like a. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead. What's your question, bro?
Okay, all these things that you just said, did you get it out of the this verse?
Everything that I said, did I get it out of this specific verse?
Yeah. Because what Caliph was trying to do, because you were comparing the jizya to the tax, he was asking you a simple question that you refused to answer. The reason of the question is to see if that is a true comparison between a tax and a jizya. To see if your comparison really works. That was the whole purpose of the question. Why are you refusing to answer?
Yeah, because it's he's asking me a question that I feel like doesn't really apply, right? Because like he's like trying to tell me, oh, you know, he's trying to compare apples and oranges. Like for obviously in the Western countries.
That's my point.
Oh my
That's
God,
my
I
point.
can't even talk.
You compared.
You brought up the comparison.
You brought up the tax. You brought up the tax, and I'm trying to prove to you that you're comparing apples to oranges. Find me an actual comparison without bringing up a secular country's tax. You're right in the sense that this is a religious state that is connected to this. You said, "Oh, you pay taxes in your country," but that's comparing apples to oranges. You made my point without even realizing it. Congrats.
So the reason I brought that up is to explain, because sometimes when someone asks a question, you have to explain it to them to educate them. So I'm educating you guys, right? So basically, in this country, in the US or in the UK, whatever, the Western nations, those nations used to push Christianity on the world, but then now those nations now left Christianity, right? But in our countries, in the Muslim world, we used to push Islam throughout the world, and we still push Islam. So when we rule like an Islamic state, it's both politics and religion. It's not separate like you guys. How you guys don't believe your religion is capable of ruling your land. So you have to create your own man-made laws, right? Because you don't believe God laws are good enough. You have to create your own laws. But in our country, we say no. What God gave us is enough. God's law is perfect.
One second.
So in our land,
you're doing stuff that you really don't want to go into. Are you saying that every Muslim country in the world today implies Sharia in full? Is that what you're saying?
No, they fail.
Not even one. Not even one country.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why we have a lot of problems, you know, because you know if we implemented Sharia, the world would. Bro, you asked me a question.
You also do have human.
Danny, you asked me a question. You asked me a question.
So you see what you're doing, Mighty? Like you're saying stuff that
no, but Danny, you asked me a question. Okay, so like the reason why I believe there's problems in the world today is because Sharia is not being implemented. If Islamic Sharia was implemented, we wouldn't have Epstein, we wouldn't have pornography, we wouldn't have OnlyFans, we wouldn't have children being abused. Like it would be a safe world.
Mighty, please don't go there. Let's stick to the jizya for 1 minute. What is the purpose in this verse that Allah says you have to implement jizya for? What is the purpose of the jizya?
It's taxes. To fund the state.
Why is it implemented?
Yeah, because so you as a Christian, when you live in our country, in our Islamic state.
Can you look at the verse? Can you look at the verse?
Bro, you're asking me a question, dude. You're asking me a question, and like, let me answer you. Okay?
Yeah, just justify it somehow. Okay.
Well, I'm trying. Just give me a chance, bro. All right.
Okay.
So you as a Christian, all of you guys, everyone here, all you Christians in this live right now, you guys are welcome to live in our land. You guys are welcome to enjoy the safety of our countries. You're welcome to eat our nice halal food. It's very delicious, right? You could live in our country, right? However, you have to. Okay, wait, Danny, you're doing it again.
That was false. That was false. Because in here,
let me finish.
You are going, invading our country. You're taking the country, and then you're saying you can enjoy staying in your own country, guys. Right? So when you say things, just make it factual.
Okay, whatever, bro. Whatever. Okay, look. So you went right now. Muslim countries. There's many Muslim countries in the world, right? We have countries in Asia. We have countries in the Middle East. You know, and if America's lucky, it'll become a Muslim country. But they're not. You know, they're being bad people. So Allah's not giving them that blessing. But anyway, regardless of the fact, when you live in a Muslim country, right? You get to. I'm about to answer, Danny. You have to be patient, bro. You got to be patient, bro. Sabr, right? That's what you say, patience in Arabic? All right,
Stop
Get to the
waffling. You're making a
purpose,
fool of
please.
yourself.
well,
Get to the
I'm
damn
trying to
answer.
answer. Okay,
Get
I'm
to
trying
the
so
answer and stop yapping and stop waffling
you
and
got
get
it.
to the substance of the answer. So we
You
don't
got
waste
it, bro.
our
You got
time.
it. You're
And
making me
mind
hungry.
you, mind you, just before you continue, I have all the tafsir in front of me saying the purpose of the jizya.
Perfect.
So try to make it
Perfect.
factual.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So if you are a Christian or a kafir, a disbeliever who doesn't want to harm Muslims, you don't want to attack us, you don't want to take our land, you can live under our land. We'll protect you. We'll protect you. Just like the Christians are being protected in the Middle East right now, like when the Iran war, you know, the Christians in Saudi and Dubai, they go there because their life is difficult in their Western countries. So they come to the Middle East to live under Islamic countries because they say there's no homeless and drug abuse and it's safety stuff.
Can you get to
So
the
they get
answer?
to, oh my goodness.
Stick to the purpose.
Why can't I talk?
We're
Bro,
You're asking me a
for the
political question.
damn
No, but
purpose. The
I'm trying
purpose
to answer.
of the jizya.
I'm trying to answer you.
Kept waffling and you're yapping. Get
I'm
to
trying to
the
answer you.
damn answer. What is the purpose of jizya?
I'm trying to
Go
answer.
ahead.
So
Stop
when you,
waffling. Stop yapping, bro.
okay,
We don't need a whole khutbah. So
all right.
answer the damn question.
Perfect. So when you come in and live in our country, you pay jizya. What is jizya for? Many things. Number one, military protection. You know, non-Muslims are not obligated to go.
One second.
I can't even, okay, guys, you know what? I try to be nice. I can't continue. You're
Mighty,
getting
the
me.
purpose that
Danny.
Allah says you have to implement it full.
Okay, why are you asking me,
what we're
bro?
asking.
Why are
Is it being
you, bro?
implemented?
Why are you asking me the question if you like want to answer for it? Just answer. If you want to
We're
ask the
trying
question,
to
just
see if you're
answer.
honest. We're trying to see if you're honest. You're a coward.
Okay, so why are you asking the
According to
question? though?
Allah, so we want to know whether you know your religion or you're a liar. You've only showed that you have no idea what your religion teaches.
All right,
What is
bro.
the
All right.
purpose?
Look,
What is the purpose that
it's
Allah
simple.
said? What is the purpose that Allah said
Yeah.
the jizya is for?
Yeah, it's for you to pay. You have to pay, brother. It's not for life. Is not free, bro.
What the
You can't
hell
get
is the
EBT.
reason we're paying?
There's no Section 8 and welfare in Islamic countries. Okay, it's
You
not free, bro. You have legs.
You
Go work.
absolute
Go work and pay
jahil.
bills.
If you have no education, if you have no knowledge on in Islam, if you have no ilm, right?
All right, I'm gonna get
listen
going,
for
bro.
the answer. Get the hell out of here.
I have like a few more.
Pagan, filthy pagan. Get the hell out of here. What a dumbass. Absolute dumbass. Lord have mercy. Get the hell out of here. Come on. Absolute donkey.
You can, and he's saying, oh, you can stay, enjoy our countries, bro. Get the hell out of here.
What's the
bro.
purpose?
Yeah.
The purpose is to pay.
Yeah.
Dumbass answer, bro. Like, I've never seen a stupider answer than that. Read the damn verse, read what Allah said, and you'll find out exactly what it says. Lord have mercy. And ironically, they are the ones that are leaving the Muslim countries to come to the West. Wait, but I thought these countries were so beautiful. They're just amazing. They're just so, Sharia. May Allah bless the United States for it to bring Sharia. No, once the United States, God forbid, but once any country that Islam has ever touched, it has destroyed. Hence why the Muslims go find the next country to destroy. That's what it does. Every single country, the country of Somalia, the country of Egypt, the country of
Yemen.
Syria, the country of Iraq, of Assyria, all these countries. Lord have mercy, bro.
Yeah, why should I go back to my own country and it's ruined by you guys? Like, I can't even go back to Somalia and be a Christian where if I go back to Somalia, I'll just get beheaded. That simple, that quick. Like with my other brother, like he was beheaded. My Somali brother, man. But man, it's just so sick. People in this mind, man. And their mind is sick. In this religion, man.
Absolute insanity, man. Absolute insanity. Lord have mercy.
I even showed my mom, the 21 Coptic, and she said, this is not real. I said it is. Like,
Hello?
Yeah, they're going to deny it all as often as they can. Adam, welcome to the panel.
Yeah, what's up, man? So, listen to your previous conversation. I'm just wondering, do you have a problem with jizya or paying tribute?
What is jizya? Maybe you can
Yeah.
answer like the previous
So,
guest couldn't
I'm
answer.
gonna let me give you the definition of the fuqaha according to the fuqaha. So the fuqaha have said in the Maliki madhab that specifically when you march up to a city and make its people an offer of peace, if they
Okay, I know you're a filthy liar just by your attitude. Now give me what
how
the
am I
Maliki
lying?
said. Actually, hold on. Why don't we start off with what Allah says?
Yeah,
What does
I'm
Allah say
reading you
about
what the
the jizya?
fuqaha have defined the jizya
What
to
does
be.
Allah say
Why did you just
about the
interrupt
jizya?
me like that?
You donkey. You donkey. Answer the question.
Yeah, I'm answering the
What
question.
does
I'm showing you what the
Allah,
fuqaha define the term jizya to be.
what does Allah say?
Yeah,
Go ahead. There's only one verse.
yo, can
There's
you let
one
me
verse in the
get the
Quran.
definition?
Donkey, are you listening?
I'm listening, but you
I really don't
interrupted
want
me
to
when you
insult
asked me a
donkeys.
question. You can't
Now
ask me a
answer the
question.
question. According to Allah,
Yeah.
what does He say about jizya?
Yeah. So I'm going to continue answering the question. So as
Beautiful. Sit like a good pagan in the comments. Filthy liar.
Facts.
Filthy liar.
They can't even listen to you, man. They're so scared.
You know damn well that the jizya is immoral. You guys wouldn't be able to touch it with a 10-foot pole. As a matter of fact, you guys would be crying. There would be global outcries. Global outcries, man. They're discriminating the Muslims. The Muslims are being discriminated in this country. They're charging them this.
And you
Hypocrites.
know the best reason that they give you, the best excuse, that it is for you not to serve in the army. So it's an exchange for you to not serve in the army. We protect you. You stay home. You pay us jizya. Okay, so that means logically it would logically follows that if I don't pay jizya, I serve in the army. That's the punishment.
Look,
They're filthy liars. They're filthy liars. And Rara in the comments, if you're going to blaspheme, then I'm going to tell you that the 21 martyrs step on the neck of your prophet and all your sahaba. And I have no problem saying that.
yeah,
I have no problem. And not only are they stepping on them, right? But they're struggling to breathe. So continue being a filthy blasphemer during Ramadan too. Unless Rara, unless this is truly what Islam teaches to do during Ramadan. I don't know. It's either you're a terrible Muslim or you're a wonderful Muslim. I don't know. Go look up, go to your scholars and see exactly what it is. But until then, Sahaba are struggling to breathe. Filthy pagan.
By the way, guys, the problem in this verse is deeper for me than just being or don't go to fight, because this is just I thought Islam is about your salvation, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. But here Allah says, pay money and stay Christian. I don't care about you, right?
Right.
So you can bribe God and you stay Christian?
Can you, what? Sorry, you cut off. What did you say?
You can bribe God and you stay Christian.
Yes.
So He
yes.
doesn't care about your salvation.
Exactly.
Just pay me money.
Exactly. He cares
What
about
kind of
money.
God is this?
Why does he care
He
about
cares
money?
about money more than your salvation.
Allah
is
needs
stupid.
alone. Allah needs alone too.
That's why Allah in the Quran, He asked for a loan, because from the Christian, give me a loan. There you go. And then He's gonna purchase from you Muslims your what? Your soul. Allah.
That's why that's why Allah needs that's why Allah needs Muslim to unalive us. He can't even unalive himself.
Babylon, what's the currency that Allah does business transactions with?
Bitcoin.
What is it?
Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's even more valuable than that. It's the Muslim lives. In chapter 9, verse 111, he says, Allah has indeed purchased, mashallah, the transaction was approved. He has indeed purchased from the believers their lives and wealth in exchange for paradise. They unalive, or they themselves are unalived. This is the greatest triumph, the greatest business transaction. Tap to pay, tap the boom belt. Tap to pay. Oh man,
Wow.
that's crazy, bro.
Yep.
Yo, hello. Also, the transaction.
Iskandar. Yeah,
Go
sorry.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, Iskandar. Welcome to the panel.
Yeah, what's up, man? So, I was just wondering, does the Islamic concept of jizya? Okay, you're saying it's bad. Okay, is there anything like better in Christianity or the Bible about what you do when you conquer a nation? Is there something better?
What is jizya first, so I can give you a good parallel?
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So I'll read you the definition of jizya.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Beautiful.
Okay, so when you march up to attack
Another filthy pagan that doesn't know his Quran, that doesn't know his hadith. Omar ibn Omar, robots,
Ibn Amar.
demonic robots. إيه الهبل ده?
And by the way, Kay, I don't know if you know it, my brother, but in Arizona, I don't know if it's all over USA, but in here in Arizona, you're allowed not to pay taxes. Did you know that? At all. Yes, but the problem will be that if you don't pay taxes, they're gonna remove your name from the police, fire department, ambulance, any public service. You'll be denied
Interesting.
because the taxes is to pay these guys, fire department, police, right? So
Right.
you're allowed not to pay taxes. That's your right. They're not gonna take it from you. They're not gonna force you. But don't call the police or fire department or all these public services. They're not gonna serve you. You don't belong to the public anymore because you're not paying taxes. So, and guys, in Arabic, jizya is not tax. In Arabic, is dhariba. Dhariba. Tax. So, what is a jizya? Jizya, it's a protection fee. It comes from the root word jaza. So they're gonna basically punish you by making you pay jizya. What is the punishment for? Because you're a Christian or a Jew. They force you to become Muslim. You want it or not, you have to become Muslim. So they're gonna punish you how? Taking from you 50% of what you pay. 50%, yes, 50%. I can give you authentic Bukhari hadith after the Quran. On top of it, you have to do labor. On top of it, you will be humiliated by paying the jizya because you are a Christian or a Jew. So
Just the
jizya
tax.
is not a tax. It's not a tax.
Exactly.
Tax is right, Danny?
Yeah, today we say dariba for tax, but
So-
I believe back in the days they would have said jibaya, as in money they collect. But yeah, not jizya, for sure.
Yeah.
Not jizya. Because jizya comes from jaza. Jaza means Dani. Jazauka ya kafir Dani. So
But you know what's
Problem.
funny? Like early on, Muhammad was doing the opposite. Muhammad was actually paying to the kuffar of Quraysh, to Abu Sufyan and the others. He would pay them سهم المؤلفة قلوبهم, and that is in the Quran. Surah At-Tawbah 60.
مؤلف القبور. Yes.
المؤلفة قلوبهم. And that was paid all the way until the time of Umar. Umar stopped practicing the word of Allah. He said, that's not needed anymore. We don't need to pay others, to be converting or like to be allies with us. No, that's no longer applicable. Umar does crazy stuff, bro.
Yeah.